What in the world, boy? It's your boy Big Low Country. I hope everybody out there is doing great tonight. What in the world? For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that loves to sit around and talk about sports. First of all, I want to thank you. You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, and I definitely and greatly appreciate that. Look, it's been a minute since we had a chance to get together. Old country boy had some kind of sinus infection or something. So it took me a minute to get back on my feet, but we're here. You already know what time it is. First of all, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. The Atlanta Falcons played the Pittsburgh Steelers for the last preseason game last night. I mean, y'all seen it. I mean, it is what it is, right? Like we all seen it. We all seen it. We was all there holding the flashlight. We seen what happened. Blew out 24-0. We couldn't even pinch them. 24-0. So, of course, I wanted to try to come on here last night, but we got back from the stadium so late. I figured everybody was trying to work so they could go ahead and have a productive Friday. So I said, well, hey, we'll try to get together on Friday night, old school, and see what we can talk about. First of all, let's show love to everybody that's showing love to us. JT in here says blessings, Big Low Country, and Coach Ronnie from the Know You. Much love to you, JT. Much love to you. Definitely. Coach Ronnie, she's showing love as well. Bubba Gump's in here with the red and black. Ricky Gaines said, Coach. Hard times like a Dusty Rose promo, Bo. Solitaire's in here. What in the world, Bo? Solitaire 1914. Also, Justin Swisher's in here. What in the world, Bo? Hope you're doing good, fam. Hope you're doing good. Ricky Gaines says, we got kicked in between the washing machine and the dryer. Yes, we did. Excuse me. Padre says, what's going on, coaching staff? Shouts out to Padre. He actually hooked us up, Coach Padre and Coach Ashley. Had us living the life of luxury last night. So shouts out to him, man. We definitely had a great time. Stefan, much love to you, Bo. So I guess, the elephant in the room is, should the Atlanta Falcons have played their starters last night for the last preseason game? That's the question. That's what everybody's been talking about all day on Twitter. Everybody's making their points, talking about, hey, this is why they shouldn't have played the starters, and other people are like, well, hey, this is why they should have played the starters. So, of course, I come to you as the coaching staff, I want to know what the coaching staff feels about it. Like, is it a situation where, we should have played the starters and, seen, kind of got everybody in rhythm going into this first game of the season so we could hopefully start off with a winning record, because we always start off on the wrong foot? Or do we want to try to keep everybody healthy and evaluate the talent for these cuts that's coming on Tuesday? Molly Miles in here. He says, I saw the Falcons got beat down, smacked like Tina. Come on, Molly Miles. Ain't no need to break Tina Turner in this. Come on, Bo. What in the world? Dre's in here. Dre says, what's up, beloveds? How y'all beloveds doing and feeling on this hot, nice, pretty, boy, it is. Boy, I just went outside just a few minutes ago. It don't got no business being this hot at 9 o'clock at night, bro. It's ridiculous. Johnson Rozier's in here. Much love to you. Much love to you. Regina's in here. Much love, Regina. Mandy, much love. So, if you feel like the Atlanta Falcons should have played their starters last night, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like the Atlanta Falcons made the right decision by sitting their starters, put a 2 in the chat. Coach Ron is not qualified to answer this question.
I'm already answering.
Coach Ron is not qualified because she got too much hate in her heart. She can't answer this question. But if you feel like the Atlanta Falcons should have played their starters, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where they made the right decision, put a 2 in the chat. Padre, he says, yeah. Next question. Let's see. It's that Antara. He says, the elephant in the room is we lost. But at least Jalen Mayfield experience will be over. This is true. This is true because Jalen Mayfield, boy, he looking rough out there. Dave says, Coach, the Falcons had to get the first game, period. I completely agree with you, Bo. I completely agree with you. Think about it. You got two coaches. Coach Roney made this point a few minutes ago. You got two coaches. One coach never had a losing record, always had a winning record ever since he's been coaching the Steelers, since the Israelites came out of Egypt, right? Him and Moses went to high school together. Then on the other side, got this new, inexperienced young Thundercat of a coach. First 2 seasons. First game, where he didn't play the starters at all. His first game as a head coach, we got drug. It was ridiculous.
And he said he would never do that again.
And he said he'd never do it again. That's right, Coach Roney. We know you're the queen of I told you so's.
Oh, yeah.
He said he'd never do it again. So this is why Coach Roney is so for this show, because, you know, I never seen somebody say I told you so in so many different ways. Anyway, who made the right decision? Because Mike Tomlin, he's thinking, hey, I got this young Thundercat and Kenny Pickett. You know, he's trying to get rapport with George Pickens and with Darnell Washington and Freiermuth and all these guys. Or, you know, do we just sit everybody, keep them healthy? And, you know, we've been practicing so well. It'll all come together come game time. Meanwhile, I just want to let everybody know, I don't know if anybody's watching any games right now, but Carolina Panthers are playing the Detroit Lions. Bryce Young just threw his first touchdown.
They started their starters.
They played their starters.
Okay.
Mind you, the Lions didn't play their starters. So they were playing against the second-team defense. But confidence does go a long way, right? At the end of the day, they still are NFL caliber talent, right? So point taken is they played their starters. What's going on, Tony Wright? Alfonso, much love to you. Also, we got a Superman chat in here. Big boy Brewski. What up, Big Low? Much love to you, Brewski. That's that dun-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. Manuel Brown's in here says, what's up, Big Low? Man, we could at least play them a drive last week going up against the promising Steelers team. It would have been a good look. I agree with you, Manuel. I agree with you. You know, that's the benefit of having, especially playing against well-coached teams, it can be used as a measuring stick, right? But, I mean, I know I'm asking the question, you know, whether or not we should have played them. At the end of the day, it really don't matter because it's going to happen. I mean, we just got to trust Arthur Smith and see what he's talking about.
I don't trust them.
Whenever the season starts, and, you know, we'll take it from there. We got Kerry Campbell in here. Says, what's up, Big Low? That game was tough to watch last night on the TV. Can't imagine it in person. Hope y'all had a good time. Oh, we had a great time. We had a great time. We were sipping champagne, enduring the pain. That's what we were doing. We had a good time. Jonathan Rozier, he says Warren. He feels like we should have played him. Emmanuel says Warren. T. Matt says Warren. Antrara. I'm sorry, T-Mac says 2 and Antra says 2. They feel like we made the right choice by not playing the starters. Ricky Gaines says, I was looking like Duke and Rocky. Throw in the towel. Like Adrian, you can't win, Rock. You can't win. Oh, man. Tony Wright, Coach Dre, Coach Kerry, they say 1. They feel like we could have. So, basically, I don't know if y'all realize this. We're at the point right now. So, this preseason, our first team only played 1 drive. And, look, I don't blame that interception on Desmond Ridder. I know a lot of people say it was a pass interference. But one thing that we can't acknowledge is that there was a ridiculous amount of penalties on that first drive. And you would think that's something that they want to resolve in game, especially like those false starts and those holding calls. That's something that you kind of got to get going in game. But Look, I mean, at the end of the day, we got to trust Coach Arthur Smith. Coach Ronnie told you that, hey, we got to trust Coach. Bubba Gump says too. He says we made the right choice. Mandy, Ricky, Timothy, they all say, they all say that we should have played them. Coach Ronnie, she's going to the extreme. One fire. What? No, Coach Ronnie. What in the world? Okay, Coach Ronnie. Look, Coach Ronnie, she's an extremist. Padre says a 1,000 times 1. Stephon Mo said he's sitting on the fence. Nah, Coach, you can't sit on the fence with this one. You gotta tell me what you thinking. What you thinking? Little back Falcon in here says 2 because someone might have gotten hurt. The way the Steelers was hitting, we can't come in here being worried about getting hurt though. That's the thing. Todd says, Bo, the game was bad last night. Blank didn't even walk down to the sideline. Nah, he said, I'm just gonna stay up here and keep eating these this lobster macaroni and cheese. It's hitting too good up here. I ain't gonna do it no more. But yeah, I mean, so it seems like it's pretty split. I had a lot of people inbox me today asking me what I thought about it. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Shouts out to Damsky in here, man. What's up, Damsky? Damsky going to be in Detroit, Coach Ronnie. Okay. Yeah, because, it's close to that Canada. That's where we ain't going to, right? Exactly. But I think he might be coming to Tennessee. So, but shouts out to Damsky. But everybody's asking me what I think. I think we should have played the starters. I mean, if not last night, I feel like they should have played a little bit more during this preseason. And I always take it back to something, something that in life that we can apply it to. I mean, I don't know how many people in here is taking the SAT or taking the Georgia high school graduation test or wherever you live at, their graduation test, whatever you need to pass to go on to the next step or to, get recruited and get the proper credentials to go to the prerequisites to go to the next step in your academic career. We could go and we could sit after school and answer those SAT questions or talk about stuff that's going to be on the SAT until the cows come home, till you blue in the face. But Coach Ronnie, you could attest to this because you used to teach. You know the look on all these kids' face whenever they take that PSAT for that first time. They're like. They're surprised. They're like, man, I didn't know it was gonna be like this, Coach. It's you got to be in it. You got to be in the thick of it. It's not a situation where, we could just talk about it. You got to actually do it. And I'm really worried, especially with the penalties that we had. And yes, was the ball moving downfield? Yes, it was, but we shouldn't have been in situations where we had 2nd and 18s because of the penalties. Those are the types of things that are drive killers, and those are the types of things that lose games. One thing that we know as Falcons fans is that when it comes to luck, we just have the worst luck possible. Why would we put ourselves in an even worse situation and say, hey, we're good, even though we had like this absurd amount of penalties on our only drive during the preseason, we're good. That's what I'm saying. Though that's the main issue that I'm having. Because I'm looking at the Steelers, Mike Tomlin over here saying, what, you got a box to spar? Or what did he say?
A great boxer has to spar.
Oh, great boxer has to spar. You got to spar the box or whatever. I'm sitting here like, whenever he said it, I was, because I'm just an overthinker. I'm like, well, what in the world? Like, you got to spar the box. Like, oh, okay. You got to run to play basketball. Like, I was thinking, okay, so what, you gotta read to be an insurance adjuster. I don't know. I was just trying to, see the direction that he was going in. But basically what he was saying is that to verify that you're ready, you got to actually do it, right? You can't just, talk about it. You got to actually, do it. Your boy, J Boy 5 Racks says, "What in the world, Bo? Straight from MacTown. Shouts out to the MacTown family. Much love to you. Hope you're doing good, fam." Jerry G's in here. Much love to you, Jerry. Hope you're doing good, my brother. Padre says, Coach, I heard that our ones were too beat up. The injury report is calling BS on that. Hello, I'll hang up and listen. Man, Coach Padre is fired up. He is not liking this whole, Arthur Smith. So, because basically, according to the press conference, Arthur Smith said the offensive line in particular was beat up, and he didn't want to start a part of the offensive line and throw off the cohesiveness, throw off the basically he didn't want to split them up by putting some second stringers and some first stringers in there. So he was like, you know what, we'll just go ahead and sit everybody. And I'm sitting here like, well, first of all, I'm saying, da-da-da, that's a Superman chat. First of all, that's what I'm saying. But second of all, I'm sitting here saying, well, if any position should be good when it comes to making sure that that unit is, a well-oiled machine and cohesive, it should be the offensive line, since that's what Arthur Smith specializes in, right? That's what he played in college. That's why we brought him in here, because he was the offensive line whisperer. Yeah, he's the offensive guru and the offensive line whisperer. Because, I mean, as we've seen and everyone says, it's like, look, preseason is preseason for everybody, right? It's preseason for the referees. It's preseason for the players. It's also preseason for the coaches. So, as a relatively new coach who, like I mentioned earlier, so far, you've only had losing records. This could have been a situation where you could have said, hey, this is how I'm going to coach this team up if my first string offensive line isn't fully healthy. Am I stepping too out of bounds when I say that, Coach Ronnie?
Absolutely not.
I ain't trying to, I ain't trying to pick the dead horse up and drop it back down and stomp on it. But I'm just saying, it's, if we're trying to get ready for the season, and this is, and I also understand another argument that, that I made with myself. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen that famous Alonzo Mourning meme where he's just sitting there thinking, he's like, that's what I've been doing all day, trying to figure out whether or not the starter should have started. But another thing I was thinking, I was like, well, look, they're going to be cutting like 30-something people on Tuesday. Maybe they just want to make sure that, they get some really good evaluation off of them to see how everybody's looking. Now, letting them go out here and just get stomped in the ground, is that really the best way to go? Because at some points in time, it kind of seemed like we weren't even trying. Like, whenever, the fourth quarter came and we were down by 3 scores, and I'm sitting here like, okay, we're gonna try to, simulate some 2-minute drives, some 2-minute offenses, some 4-minute offenses. Nah, it was what it was, bro. It was just a situation where, they were doing the same old thing, run it up the middle, throw a 3-yard pass, hope that he could break 4 tackles. If he can't, it's a 3-yard pass. I mean, and that's what it was. So, I mean, I just don't know. I just don't know. Solitary says the only reason you don't play our players is because of fear of injury. Can't operate in fear. And I agree with you. Excuse me. I agree with you. You can't operate in fear. Whenever I got this Arthur Smith mustache here, I said, I'm not operating in fear. I'm finna rock the Arthur Smith mustache. And it's been a great life decision. Man, if I could tell you all the things that's happened in my life since I got this mustache, I ain't even finna go down that road. I ain't even finna go down that road. But it was a great life decision. Oh, man. Wait a minute. Padre says, I heard that Bryce can't play anywhere with the theme park because of the need to be this top. Okay. Okay, bro. I think Bryce Young is 5'9", 5'10", somewhere around there. Yeah. JJ the Great's in here. He says, I don't like he like what he sees in practice argument. Practice practice against your teammates isn't like playing the actual game against another team. That's it. And that's also a dun da da. That's a Superman chat. I had to put a little extra on it since it was $10. Appreciate that, JJ. But yeah, I mean, I completely agree with that. You can't practice it against your own team. I also would say, whenever they came out at that first game and said, "Hey, we had the joint practices against the Miami Dolphins," it's still not play. It's still not like playing in a game. It's like they have joint practices in high school and stuff all the time nowadays. My little cousin, he played against my alma mater in high school. He got him upset. All of them wanted to fight. But it's not like playing in a game. It's not like the whole structure and the pace of a game. Calling the plays, who's supposed to go in with what team, and it's gonna be one of those cases. What happens? What happens if we go into week 1 and we have to call an unnecessary timeout because you got 2 rookies on your starting offense, and Bijan Robinson, or Bajan Robinson, as Coach Padre has it eloquently put on Twitter, and Matthew Bergeron, and Bajan Robinson doesn't know what the actual play is. So it's a crucial point in the game. We call a timeout so we could explain what's going on. What happens if that's the case? What would have helped? Playing during the preseason. Because whenever you call these plays, one syllable, one change of color can mean something completely different. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I don't know. I don't know. Let's see here. Okay, OG Tony, he says too. He says he feels like we made the right choice. Mavi says it's like that now. You gotta go get the hump out your back and get that. We got 4, 5 cats in my lap now. What in the world, Bo? Which one? Oh, okay. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking. Wait a minute. Uncle Steve says, sending this solely to see you do that dance again. What? It gotta be 10, Uncle Steve. It gotta be 10. But you know what? I'll put a penny to it for you. I'll put a penny to it. So he said, I'm sending this solely to see that dance again. And I'm doing this because Uncle Steve, paid for my meal at the meet and greet. So I appreciate that, Uncle Steve. Much love to you. Thank you so much. Da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Y'all some fools, man. Shouts out to everybody that came out to the meet and greet, though. Seriously, we had a great time. Really good turnout. We had a chance to sit around and chop it up a little bit. Uncle Steve is like he was starting to feel froggy. He's trying to sing and stuff like that. And I know that it's like if you good at something, you don't do it for free. I kept trying to tell him that on the sly, but I think that goes to show that Uncle Steve ain't good as a singer as I am. So anyway, ain't no need to go down that road. Shouts out to Uncle Steve, man. Shouts out to everybody that came out to the meet and greet. We definitely had a great time. Winston says, any chunk plays are 3 yards and a cloud of dust. That's the thing, Winston. It's like we had a great time this off season, right? This whole off season, we had a great time signing all these players, you know, making all these big moves. Everybody was like, "Ah, man, we gonna get your boy Bijan Robinson. He's gonna do some big things." Excuse me. We gonna get your boy Bijan Robinson. He's gonna do some big things. But what have I been saying this whole offseason, guys? And it's almost like I have to stop and readjust myself because I keep saying all of this is contingent on what Arthur Smith is going to be capable of doing. Because if Arthur Smith, if he elevates his game, then the rest of the Atlanta Falcons will be elevating their game. It's like you got the talent now, but one thing that we can say, if we look at these first three preseason games, so if we look at the Miami Dolphins game, if I'm not mistaken, we didn't score a touchdown. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. We did score one touchdown. Igabuke, he scored a touchdown. But we returned that punt, and then we got some field goals. But other than that, in that next game, Carlos Washington scored a touchdown. And then, I don't think it's a question whether or not we scored a touchdown last night because we only scored nothing. We scored 7 minus 7, nothing. But with that being said, it's like, yes, everybody's getting naked about how well the defense looked in the preseason this year. But I'm telling y'all, going into the season, this offense is a concern to me. I know we've been getting naked talking about, hey, we got Drake London, we got Kyle Pitts, we got Bijan Robinson, Matt Hollins, Scotty Miller, Cordero Patterson. It's like we can name names as much as we want to. That's like me going to somebody's house who can't cook, saying, "Man, you got onions, you got bell peppers, you got celery, you got garlic in here. Shoot, you got all this stuff. Man, boy, you could throw together a good meal. It don't matter if you can't cook." And the question that the big question, and it's like, because I'm a person, I like to, I don't know what it is about me. I pay attention to the way to the things that people say whenever you ask them questions, how they answer the question. Like you say, "Hey, Uncle Steve, are you the lead singer of Southern Silk?" And he'll be like, he'll look in my direction, "Yeah." And then he'll say, "Well, I want to be." You see what I'm saying? So it's one of those situations where it's like everybody knows that he's not the lead singer. Meanwhile, Arthur Smith, you see, "Hey, Arthur Smith, is this offense going to be explosive this year?" He gets defensive.
Does he?
Yes, he gets
What
defensive.
does
Like, I mean, what's your definition of explosive? I mean, if all you got to do is look at what we did in Tennessee with Derrick Henry and John O. Smith back then. I think we were pretty doggone explosive then. So I don't know. But basically, the fact of the matter is that if you get defense, like if you know you're going to be explosive, for example, if somebody asks Andy Reid, like, "Hey, you going to be explosive this year?" Andy Reid's like, "Okay, I tell you what, I see you week 1. You tell me if we explosive." You see what I'm saying? But it's like, but the simple fact that people even have to ask that question, that goes to show me that I feel like there's an issue with the offense. So the whole issue that I had whenever we played the Cincinnati Bengals last year, I said, "Hey guys, we're not gonna be able to, like, you can mail this one in. You ain't gonna be able to run up and down the field with these guys." And it was even worse than we thought it was gonna be. I'm telling y'all, I'm having issues with this offense. Ragon, like, we need a more advanced offensive mind helping Arthur Smith with these plays. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Whenever we went into this season and they said that he's still the offensive play caller, I feel like that bought him another season because he's going to do the Dan Quinn approach and throw whoever it is under the bus and say, hey, I just won't call plays anymore, and that'll give him a whole nother season.
Ooh, Arthur Smith?
Yes.
He's gone.
You can't say that.
I can say I just said it.
I hear you. I hear you.
I've been saying it.
I hear you. Padre says, did Uncle Steve turn to you in a private dancer like Tina Turner? Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, Joe. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. Also, Philip Bonner, he says, what in the world, Bo? What's going on? Hope you and Coach Ron are doing good. The game was ugly, but it served a purpose. Gotta have faith. Hashtag rise up. You already know. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. Much love to you, family. Much love to you. But yeah, I mean, the whole Timothy said, man, that's just his personality, and I understand that's his personality. But it's like I've also seen him joke around, you know, and you know, people that I know said that Arthur Smith said that, hey, I'm kind of uptight with the media because I understand that I'm at work and everything, and I can't let the team have a false sense of security, like everything is just cool. I understand that. But all I'm saying is that the simple fact that he gets slightly defensive whenever you ask him questions about the offense being explosive or having explosive plays, that's something that you might want to keep. I mean, that's. I don't know if y'all heard me tell the story about our friends who, you know, we went out to Cheddar's, and, you know, the guy, you know, I think he was French.
Haitian.
He was Haitian.
Yeah, he was Haitian.
He was Haitian. And, you know, our friends, you know, they just started dating. And, you know, I think our guy friend feel like he might have outkicked his coverage with our homegirl. And, you know, the Haitian waiter came out, and, you know, they make them nice croissants at Cheddar's. And our homegirl like, hey, can I get some more of those croissants? Like, oh, you want more croissants? So, and our homeboy, he was like, what? Why you had to say croissants like that? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, our homegirl, she loved it. You know, she's like, can you say it one more time? Well, say what? Croissant? And, you know, it turned into a big argument. You know what I'm saying? But you know, and it's crazy how people can get defensive just because of the way they say croissant. You know, he's just old country boy. Yeah, let me get one of them croissants. You know, he can't say croissant like, you know, like the Haitian dude. So, you know, it's one of those things. Out of your Falcon mind in here, it says, just had to donate to that wonderful mustache. It's coming in nicely, Bo. Might need to buy some products to take care of. Hey, I appreciate that, Bo. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm working on it. You know, it's changed my life, John. I don't know if this is John or Mike, but it's changed my life. You know, so many great things going on. Oh, wait, okay, here it is. John says, had to donate to that wonderful mustache. It came in so nicely. Might have to buy some products. Hey, thank you so much, John. I definitely appreciate it. That's that. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. Much love to you, John. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. Yeah, you know, so many great things have happened since it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle, you know. Little Shiesty in here says, yo, Big Low, that game was terrible. Steelers cheated. Now, Steelers didn't cheat.
How they cheat?
They ain't cheat. They ain't cheat. They ain't cheat. JJ the Great says, not bro losing his girl to the way that May, man. It was a big kerfluffle. Big kerfluffle. And you know, the way that he didn't know what she was talking about. Cause she was like, can you say it again? Like, oh, strawberry lemonade? She's like, no, not that. Menu? Like, no, not that. Silverware. Oh, croissant. He's like, croissant. And he was there like, why you keep asking him to say that? Like, why? So yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, you gotta read Granddad just comment in your French accent.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
All right, let's go.
Wait a minute. Oh my God. Granddad's gonna put me on the spot. Hold on. Sacre bleu. Sacre bleu.
You got it.
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead.
Oh man. Sacre bleu. Vous cliquez sur la blutin. Jamais big little country sports. Oh my goodness. Sacre, I just know the sacre bleu. Oh man. And who's Jamie? That's the next question. Who's Jamie? Who's Jamie? I don't know what I just. Oh, it's Jamie.
I think that means like it's like a I'm or I love or something like that.
Oh, okay. I don't know what I just said. I don't know what I just said. Jared J's in here. Said, what up, man? It was great meeting you and the other creators. Ritter should have got some reps at least. But overall, I'm excited. Steelers are a good test. And I completely agree with you, man. And I also agree with that dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Much love to you, Jared. It was great meeting you, my brother. We had a great time. Lil Shiesty said, yo, Big Low, the Falcons took a pounding to the fillers like the waiters at the restaurant. Man, the waiter at the restaurant, he was risen. He didn't even know he was doing it. Yeah, you see how I threw the risen in there, Coach Ronnie?
Yeah, because you're young and cool.
I'm so young and hip, man. So much Riz. It was so much Riz going on. I'm telling you, Kerry. People like, you want more croissant. And then it's like, he started sounding seductive with it. That's whenever I started feeling bad.
Seducing you?
Huh?
Who was he seducing?
He wasn't seducing me. I'm just saying, you want
He
more.
was trying to feel himself.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. You ain't finna. Okay, you try to make me. Yeah. But yeah, he was feeling like, you want more croissants? Yeah, I gotta get those croissants for you. I'm like, oh man, Archangel's in here. What in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? What's going on with you? Slim Guy says, do you think whatever happens, out on the preseason? I'm sorry, out of the season, you think they'll fire on Arthur Smith?
I think whatever happens throughout the season.
Oh, okay. I feel like if anything happens, it'll be not playing the starters during preseason. That's going to be the biggest thing. It's like we started off slow so many times. I know last season it's like we played the starters more, and it's like you could tell it was like reluctant. He didn't really want to do it, but I mean that's where we're at, you know. But this year it was like, oh, I'm going to go back to doing what I wanted to do, and apparently they were almost not going to play him in the second game. Yeah, because before, like, they asked Desmond Ridder the day before, and Desmond Ridder was like, man, I don't know. I mean, I really want to play. He's like, I'm a football player. I really want to play. But, you know, that's on Arthur Smith at the end of the day. So, I mean, I understand, like, you don't want to, uh, because if I'm not mistaken, uh, there's a story that came out um, whenever the Falcons were practicing against the Miami Dolphins. Apparently, they were like a 2 minute. They got to the point where they needed to do a 2 minute drill, and they needed to get. They were in a situation where they needed to get yards and chunks, explosive plays, right? And they couldn't do it, and they couldn't do it all throughout that drill. And it was like the last try, and Arthur Smith got upset and pulled the whole offense off the field. Like they shut the practice down.
What?
Yes, and the thing is, somebody asked Arthur Smith about it, and he said, "Oh, we don't want to show those looks."
Okay. That's not what that seems like.
That's not what it seems. And this is what I'm saying. It's the croissant. It's the croissant.
He need to go back to shipping packages with his daddy.
Okay, Coach Roddy. Calm down.
Can't stand him.
I can tell. I can tell. But
Wow.
but yeah. So he pulled the offense off the field. From my recollection of the story. Now, I mean, and it could have been something that was completely different. You know. Carrie says, she says she's laughing, just thinking about you trying to say, wait a minute, Villes. How you say it? Villes? Voulet. It probably is Voulet, ain't it? Voulet, Vucouche. Exactly. It probably Voulet. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't take French in school. And is that Jaime? Jaime equals I like Jaime.
I told you I thought it meant that.
Oh, okay. I like. Hey. Let's see. Little side said, Big Low, you going to the first? Oh yes, sir. We'll be there. We'll be there with bells on, Bo. J Boy 5 Rack says, Big Low, you laughing like, well, what's in my cup is in my cup. And for him, is what's in his cigar is in his cigar. Hello, hey, Bo, do your thing, Bo. Do your thing. So, um, another thing that I want to talk about was Jalen Mayfield. I know a lot of people were on Twitter today talking about how Jalen Mayfield is, um, how he's on the AMC hit show Walking Dead. He's a walker. I tried to help Jalen Mayfield out this whole offseason, man. I really tried, but I don't know. It's like his feet are just stuck in the ground. Like it's almost like he doesn't want to block people. I mean, second round pick, if I'm not mistaken. Nah, we'll just cut bait, bro. I mean, I I don't know. Everybody, if you could, make sure that you hit that like button for me. I promise you, you hit that like button for me. We'll dance at your wedding one day. I would definitely and greatly appreciate that. Definitely and greatly appreciate that. Justin Newman's in here. Shouts out to old Justin coming in here representing the Rise Up tour. Carrie said he better walk us behind off the team. He a white walker. Dead man walking, Bo. Dead man walking. Let's see here. Okay, old Thomas Scott's in here. Chilling out with us on Facebook. Much love to you, Thomas. Hope you're doing good, my brother. Definitely. Definitely. Archangel said, Jalen Mayfield walking the Green Mile. That's rough, man. That's rough. So I tell you what, y'all let me know if you feel like Jalen Mayfield's going to make the squad. Put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where it's pretty much over, put a 2 in the chat. Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead. I never comment myself, but I'm gonna go ahead and comment myself on this one. If you feel like Jalen Mayfield's gonna make the squad, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those situations where he pretty much done, put a 2 in the chat. I've never seen 2s come in so fast before in my life. Old Thomas came in here with the double salute. Salute to you, Coach Roney. Definitely, man. Shouts out to Old Thomas. Rise up to her. Thomas like, oh, I see Coach Roney rocking the tour shirt. Rocking the Rise Up tour shirt. Oh yeah, you already know. I never seen 2s come in so fast, man. Definitely, man. Shouts out to Thomas. Dre got in here and got naked in the phone booth. Put the 2s in here. J Boy, Biggs World, Archangel, Kerry, Lil Shiesty. Ain't no fact. See, Molly Mall. He always want to. He just want to be different, boy. You just can't fool with him. We ain't say nothing. See, Molly Mall, I don't know what to do with you. JJ, he says 2, got to cut him. Stephon Moses says Mayfield was getting manhandled. Shaking my head. Dang, oh boy. Philip Bonner says 2. Dang, getting manhandled? That's rough right there. You just get moved against your will. That's a bad feeling. There's 2 bad feelings in life, in sports, Coach Ronnie. You know what those 2 bad feelings are? What? Number 1, whenever just like Stephon Moses said, when you just getting manhandled, like that other man across, like he can move, he can take you anywhere he wants you to go. And the other bad feeling is like whenever you chasing somebody and they just faster than you and you can see them right in front of you, but you can't touch them. I've always hated that feeling. Like they running from you and you can see them, they're right here, and that's when you make that decision whether or not you're gonna dive. Then you dive, you stretch out for them, and you don't get nothing. That's such a, oh my goodness. Now, y'all know I run a 4.240, so I never really had that issue before. But I can only imagine that being a bad feeling for somebody. Stephon says 2. Jared J says 2. Said that man getting cut like a foot long sub. That's rough right there, Bo. That's rough. Cool beans. Hey, I feel you, man. Padre says 1. Smith ain't ready to admit defeat. And you know what? You probably right.
I said 1 too for that very same reason.
You said it too?
Yes, Arthur Smith is not going to let him go.
Because I can't let you go. Coach Ron says 1 based on Arthur Smith's stellar coach. You are so shady.
He feels like he can help overcome that. He's way too confident in his abilities to coach, as we saw last year with who?
With who, Coach Ron?
Marcus Mariota.
You are just, oh my goodness. You are just shining all kind of shade on Arthur Smith here lately, boy. With his stellar coaching? That is so, wow. He leads you to a championship. Don't be getting naked. That's all I'm going to tell you.
It won't be for him.
Oh, okay. We know who it's going to be for.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
We know who it's going to be for.
All right,
Coach him up, coach. Oh, man. Dred says, Coach, he has the same chance of your fish being big. None. What? Dang, Dred, you come here with the zingers. Biggs World said he done cut Mayfield on Madden already. He done let him go. That's rough right there, man. Molly Moss says, Big Low, the only man I know that turns down GQ magazine and their feelings get hurt. Man, boy, that's rough, Molly Moss. I told him I needed more money. Let's see here. Stephon says, only really way they would keep him because of depth. I feel like they're gonna make some moves during these next couple of weeks. During these next couple of weeks, I feel like they're gonna bring in some veteran talent that's getting cut from other teams, specifically coming from Tennessee. I feel like that's that's the only option that we have. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's like after I want to ask y'all, like after this preseason, do you feel better or worse about the Atlanta Falcons? If you feel better about the Atlanta Falcons, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel worse, put a 2 in the chat. But I it, I don't know. It's like I just have some feelings going on. I'm trying to, I definitely feel like the team is going to do some really big things. But if you feel better about the Atlanta Falcons, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel worse, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all thinking. After seeing that first team, I feel better. Like after seeing them retriculate the ball down the field, and they continue to move the ball down the field after getting multiple penalties, I really feel better about them. But I'm having issues with some of the coaching decisions, and I mean it's not necessarily X's and O's, but some of the coaching decisions I'm legit kind of worried about. Marvin says Jalen or Vrabel. Who you taking to say? Yeah, I think Arthur Smith might keep Vrabel over Mayfield because Coach Vrabel is his homeboy. I feel like you're gonna keep Vrabel.
Mandy said that Jalen Smith stayed around too long. He must be Arthur Smith's new wrestling buddy.
Wow, we doing the wrestling buddies again. If he makes it through Tuesday, I already know y'all finna come with some kind of wrestling jokes. Justin says, Jalen going to get traded to another team because he sure enough ain't going to make it here. Yeah, I don't think he going to get traded. I think he going to get released. Yeah, I think they're going to go ahead and move on from him. Dre and Kerry, they all agree. They think we're going to move on from old Jalen. Biggs World, Cortez, they all agree. Padre said, not wrestling buddies. Yes. Wrestling buddies. But y'all crazy, man. Kurt ATL's in here. Much love to you, Kurt. Y'all make sure y'all welcome Kurt to the stream. Archangel's in here. Much love to you both. Molly Ma says, 1, I feel better. Y'all got that Alabama Riverfront beat down. See? All right, Molly Ball. All right, Molly Ma. Ain't no telling what they would have did if it was on the Pontchartrain Riverfront, though. They would have threw bowls of gumbo at them. Stefan, Cool Beans. They all say 1. Slim Guy, he says 1.5. I want to see more of the offense, and I'm kind of there as well. Padre says 1. The defense is taking legit steps forward. Yeah, and I completely agree with you. I feel like last night, they were just showing base fronts, man coverage, and that's why Pittsburgh was, kind of taking advantage of them a little bit. I feel like they were running that man coverage so they could just legit observe each and every player. So, I mean, moving forward, we're gonna see how the evaluations go. But as long as they keep Marco Helms, aka Jack Spade, we'll be good to go. You know why I call him Jack Spade, Coach Ron?
No,
That joke look just like Jack Spade. What? That joke look just like Jack Spade. At training camp, we had to take a picture of them together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, man, y'all twins, man. King ATL Rise Up. What's going on, family? Hope you doing good. King says, do you think the Falcons make the playoffs? I think we can make the playoffs. I think we can make the playoffs. Cool Bean says, feel the same way about Arthur Smith though. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And once again, it's preseason for everybody because moving forward, players they're trying to get take steps in the right direction. It's also the same thing for the coaches. Everybody's trying to get right. I'm trying to get right myself. You know, I put out a video after the game. I was like, man, boy, I need to tighten up. I need to get in regular season form. You know, so I mean, everybody's trying to get back in regular season form. Justin Farmer says Trey Lance said, you heard about that, Coach Ronnie?
What?
Trey Lance got traded to the Cowboys.
The Cowboys?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Trey Lance got traded to the Cowboys.
Wow. That was quick, first of all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? That's what the 49ers get.
What you mean?
I mean, everybody said that they jumped up so high because they were trying to keep us from getting them.
Is that true? You think that's true?
That's what everybody's saying.
Well, helped us dodge a bullet, man.
That's what everybody's saying. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But that's what you get. You try to block somebody else's blessings.
Yeah. They got the truth.
When you try to block somebody, man.
Play dirty.
You try to let me go ahead and get on. When you try to block somebody else's blessings,
All right.
can I get a hello?
Hello.
When you try to block somebody else's blessings, look, as far as you try to knock them down, you going twice as deep.
Hello.
There it is. Oh man. Carrie says, Coach Ronnie, your laugh is contagious. I love it. I love it too, Carrie. That's why I married her. Definitely. Mr. Hawkins says, do you think Schaefer will make the roster? I don't know. Because the thing is that we need a swing tackle, we need a swing guard, and most of the time that swing guard they'll have him playing center as well. I know Newsel, he's the guy that's I'm hearing that's the front runner, but I feel like you should have like 3 to 4 backups, 3 to 4 backup linemen, just in case. You don't want to be in a situation like it was. What was that, 7-8 years ago when we had to play Levine Toilolo at left tackle or at right tackle? You don't want to be in that situation. So, yeah, man, I definitely feel like Schaefer could make it. It's going to be interesting because you still got Wynn out there, and it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, I know it was a big conversation with last week, but I mean, you want to see some dogs on the roster. I mean, whoever's here that's going to help us win, that's the direction that we want to go in. But you definitely want to see some dogs on the roster.
Okay. They asked what did they trade for Trey Lance, and he gave up a 4th-round pick.
Yeah, they traded a 4th-round pick for Trey Lance. Yeah. Kerry says, Big Low, I'm speaking it into existence that Mayfield is gone. I'm nervous, though, because of Felipe Frank's experiment. I hope he doesn't try to hang on to Mayfield like that. You should be nervous for the Marcus Mariota experiment. But, yeah, I don't know. And, I hate the fact that because, he's such a young kid. I think he's just, 20, 21 now? I think he just turned 21
Is he?
or 22.
He is so young.
Yeah, so it's like I hate the fact that this is where we're at in his career. He came in playing the wrong position, but at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're taking that next step, right? Willie Doc says, just got here, Bo. Thanks for getting us through camp. Hey, Bo, I do what I can. Thank you so much for being with us as a part of that journey. And that's that dun-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Much love to you, Bo. Much love to you. Definitely. Padre says, pass the country. Okay, we got some hellos in the chat. False Start Falcon. Hello. Church on a Friday night. That's it. When you try to block my blessing, guess what happened? You ain't doing nothing but blocking yourself. And then you sitting around trying to think which one is right when they the same thing.
What? That doesn't make sense.
You sitting here saying, Man, should I call it a thermometer or a thermometer? It's the same thing. You just blocking your blessings. You thinking about that while I'm over here prospering.
Okay.
I'm at high cotton over here. It's like, oh man, that boy, he walking through a cornfield. Nah, bro, this is these high cotton stalks. You don't see this corn look white? What am I talking about? I don't know, Coach Roddy. I don't know.
You lost the message.
Yeah, I lost that. That's why I would never a pastor. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta work. I gotta work on my reverend. I gotta work on my reverend talk. I can't do it like Rev Saint. You know, shouts out to Big Q. Cotton look, corn looks white. Look, okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, but yeah. That's what happens. That's what happens. Desert Farmer says ever since the Saints lost Drew Brees, things went downhill. They have. And the crazy thing is, we tried to tell them. Drew Brees, then Sean Payton was like, hey, Bo. That's where the whole phrase "wandering aimlessly around the bayou" came from. And they still wandering aimlessly around the bayou. They got the soggy foot. Falcons says, I'm on the Oregon Bishop country. Hey, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Molly Ball says, real big low. Now you backsliding. I know. Oh, Joy's in here. She said, I'm still waiting on my water, low. Joy, nothing but a minute. What she gonna drink the water out of, Coach Roddy? She talking about some water.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, she talking about. So I don't know why Joy finna have doggone feds kicking out the door thinking we distributed.
We don't. I don't know why she thinks she can get that from you.
Exactly.
We don't
participate in drinking homemade alcoholic beverages. Padre says, Creflo Country, delivering the word down here. That's it. JJ says, I can hear the organ playing in the background. Hello. Tony Wright says, hey, Lo, tell the viewers about how the life has dramatically changed and your bank account has gotten bigger since your part-time employment with Julio Jones and Associates. What Tony Wright talking about? Like, he always coming on here bragging. He trying to put his blessings on me, telling us how he truly living. Hey, man, excuse me. Tell Julio Jones we said what's up, man. That's all you got to do, man. Just tell Julio Jones we said we see how you living, bro. We see how you living. Stephon says moonshine. Hey, Stephon. What in the world? I'm telling you. Golly. Stephon just busted everybody out. Man. I'm telling you.
We don't know what you're talking about.
We're going to start calling Stephon whoop whoop. We're gonna... He talking about moonshine, Lo. Man. I never forget. Like, I lived in this like small town. There was like a basketball court, like back off in the cut. But if you stand on the road, you could look like 5 blocks down the street. It's like there was this one guy. He yelled down the street while we was at basketball court, like, "Hey, so and so! Hey, so and so! You got any dope?" Like, what in the world? What's going on here? You got any dope down there? Like, first of all, you tell everybody else what you a part of. Have some respect for yourself. Second of all, it's like you try to get everybody out here up the road. I just came to play basketball. That's all I came to do. You see how I said so and so. I ain't say nobody's name. I know the G code.
Stephon be like, Steve.
Steph be like, hey, Big Low. Hey, Big Low, I need some of that 190 proof moonshine. You distribute it regularly. Shouts out to you, Stephon, man. Shouts out to you. Kerry says, this is prohibition. Don't tell about the homemade moonshine. Man, homemade moonshine is the best, though. Hello. That's it. You already know, Kerry. You already, well, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. Dirty Fanatics United in here. What's going on, man? Shouts out to Chase. Might as well have big go ahead. Big rocks, man. No, Bo. I was down there playing ball. Shoot. Jerry says, Coach, make his moonshine out of the same water. His keychain. I meant his fish came out. What in the world? Man, boy, I tell you, Dre, keychain. Man, boy, see, you know what? I was gonna pull up the picture. I ain't finna do it. I'm just gonna, cause you know a lot of people don't know the story. You know, Dred, he's always picking on me. You know, about this huge fish I caught. I ain't even finna pull it up because ain't no need in doing. You know what? I'm pulling it up. Here it is. Here it is. So, Dred and everybody else picks on me. I ain't even finna ask everybody because, you know, before I had to ask everybody, like, hey, that's a good sized fish. Everybody was like, yes, I agree, Coach. That's good. Dred just has hate in his heart. But, you know, as y'all might not know, I'm a big guy. You see that fish? That fish got hang time. What?
Carrie just commented. This is her first time seeing the fish.
Oh, this Carrie first time seeing the fish?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me see what Carrie said. Carrie said, nah, that's bait. Wait a minute. You got to throw that fish back. That's not a keeper. What? Come on, Carrie. You're supposed to be on my side. Why is that fish so small? That's a big fish. That fish covers a frying pan. What in the world? J-Ball says, it's that fish again. That's it. Man, boy. I tell you what. Stephon, he's still in his snitching talking about big load, mason jars for the load. Like what? Joy, she says, it's a pretty fish. I appreciate that, Joy. See, Joy, I always looking out for her, but I appreciate that, Joy. I appreciate that. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Uncle C Top, man, throw that guppy back. Wait, hold on. Boy, the hate is real, man. The hate is real. That's a bass, Joy. That's a bass. Big mouth bass. My mom talking about, man, that fish is malnourished. Like, what? That's a pretty fish. You couldn't fit that fish in a frying pan. You have to cut it up. Because it's a good sized fish. Carrie says, I have to send you pics of the fish we catch down here in Florida. Much bigger than that. I'm dying. My fish eat yours for that. What in the world? Man, boy. I tell you what, they give me such a hard time. They give me such a hard time.
Jamal said that little old fish is still a young Thundercat.
What? Little fish still a young Thundercat. Come on. Man. Tony Wright said, hey, Lo, have you ever heard of this overseas drink called Mojo? It's vodka, peppermint snaps, brandy, light tequila with 7 Up. I never tried it, but I heard it's disgusting.
Who wants to drink that?
So, vodka, peppermint snaps with brandy and light tequila and 7 Up. Yeah. I'm going to have to pass on that one, Bo. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm going to have to pass on that one. Let's see here. Chris Rogers, Captain America, says, huh? What?
Go ahead.
What's Captain America's name?
Now you said the wrong name. I can't think of it. It's definitely not it.
Chris Rogers, it's a real Captain America. He says, yes, he is. It was based off of Chris Rogers.
Okay, go
That
ahead.
big low. Can you please tell me why we why we wear white or why we wore white at home? I don't know why we wore white at home. I wasn't mad at it though. I kind of liked the way it looked. I kind of liked the white at home, but yeah, I don't know why we wore that white at home, man. It was, you know, I guess the Steelers. I guess they came and told us what they were going to wear. I guess. I mean, if you were at the stadium, it felt like it was a home game for the Steelers. So I guess we were just playing the part. I don't know. It was a weird experience. I was like, this is a preseason game. Like, this is a preseason game. Yeah. So I was checking out that Carolina game a little bit earlier, Joy. I seen that Bryce Young threw his first touchdown against the second stringers, but he still threw his first touchdown. So, yeah, you next action is going to be against the Atlanta Falcons. That's going to be interesting to watch. Going to be interesting to watch. Kerry says down here in Florida we catch mahi mahi, wahoo, snapper, and more. Man, thank you for the last from that fish. How much did it weigh? How much did that fish weigh, Coach Ronnie? Like 5 pounds, 6.
I don't know.
It was like 7, 8.
It keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It was like 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds carried. Somewhere around there. You know, it was a good sized fish though. Good sized fish. It was like 10, 11 pounds. You know what? 'Cause I think we were like, man, that's a good dozen. Like 12, or was it a baker's dozen? I think it was 13 pounds, kid.
All right.
What?
Hit that like button.
Coach Rose said, y'all make sure that y'all hit that like button. You hit that like button, you know, she promised you that she'll dance at your wedding one day. Donna, what's going on, Donna? Much love to you. Coach Donna's in here, making sure that the Falcons put on their war face, you know, for this upcoming season. My friend Donna, I had a chance to chop it up with them at a tailgate a couple of years ago. We had a great time. Great time. Padre says, Coach, Chris Evans played Steve Rogers, a.k.a. Captain America. Chris Rogers is Sergeant Georgia. Oh! Man, you ain't finna disrespect Captain America like that. Shouts out to Chris Rogers, Captain America. We see you here, man. Da da da. That's a Superman chat. Padre, he on here watching the show while he on the jet flying out west.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
On the way to Vegas.
on the jet,
Private all the way.
private all the way. He don't land at the airport. They call it the Clearport. That's excuse me. Malamar says that fish ain't weigh no 7 pounds. Malamar, stop hating. Golly. Carrie says, got it. It was 20 pounds and it fed the whole village. It feed the whole village. Just the children.
Okay.
Just the children.
Okay.
Y'all such haters, boy. I can go out there. See, because the thing is, the reason why Coach Rona partakes in this hate with y'all so much is because I'm the only one that can catch fish out of
I
there.
don't even say anything.
Nah, you kind of spur it on.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of cheerlead it. Like
Because you catch the one baby fish over and over and over.
I catch
again.
different fish. It's not the same fish.
It's the
It ain't the same fish.
Time.
It ain't the same
You
fish.
ain't doing nothing. Don't be mad at me because everybody else is calling you out too.
Ain't nobody calling me out.
Everybody is calling you out. Read back over the comments.
Man, they doing it facetiously.
Okay.
They'll mean it like you do.
Yet they don't know that it's the same fish that you keep catching.
They doing that in a joke. See, you got hate in your heart.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
they doing that facetiously.
Alright.
You know, because they know that like if it was a fishing competition, they you know they know who pulling pulling big bass out of there. You know, I go down there with Kerry, I can be catching all the peacock bass and the mahi mahis and the red snappers. I'll be done pull the green snapper out of there. Think I won't. You pull the Snapple apple juices out. That mean all kinds of stuff. Like, where you get the apple juice from? I just pulled it out of the water. What you talking about? I got a snapper and I got a Snapple. Dre says, Coach caught the only fish with an Amber Alert. What in the world? Oh my goodness. Justin talk about 2.5 pounds of bones, no meat. What in the world? ATLGA Faithful, what's going on, man? Hope you doing good, brother. Hey, ATL, I don't know, because we hadn't really had a chance to do too many shows. Excuse me, since training camp. But I was telling everybody about how I seen your son at training camp, and you know, I told Coach Runner how your son he kind of sized me up. You know, because he was telling me how he played DB. I said, yeah, man, you know. I said, yeah, you know, I made a video running 40. He was like, yeah, I saw it. I was like, okay. Kind of aggressive there, young Thundercat, you know. I'm like, yeah, you know. As I said, yeah, you know, maybe one day I could come out and, you know, run some routes with you, work on your technique. He was like, you don't want to do that. I'm like, okay. All right now. You know, don't make me. I come out there and give you a little head and shoulders. You know, you looking crazy now. But yeah, you know. So I'm gonna have to see what I can do about meeting up with, you know, old Douglas Carter's son and kicking him in between the wash machine and the dryer. I'm gonna help him out. What's so funny?
You gonna beat a child? You plan to beat a child?
Hey, I mean, look,
You say he sized you up?
yeah, he sized me up.
So he gonna get what he gets?
Man, look, it's like, cause I was over there, cause I was talking to ATLGA Faithful, and like he was just sitting there, you know. He was eyeballing me. I like, hey, Doug, how old is your son, man? I don't remember how old he was, but I was like, I was taken aback.
You said old enough?
Yeah, you old enough.
Old enough to get dusted off?
In the words of Beyonce, he may be young, but he can get it. So he was sitting there like, yeah. I was like, hey man, what's up, man? My name's Big Low. He was like, oh yeah, I know who you are.
I know who you are.
I'm like, oh okay.
He's 12.
He's 12.
Yes. So you talking about beating a preteen?
Man, look. I've been kicking that 12-year-old in between wash machine and dryer. ATLGA Faithful know it's like
Yeah.
he my homeboy, you know. So it's like, you know, ATLGA Faithful know I can't take it easy on him. You know, he said, wow, no lie. He like, Big Low, bigger than I thought though. You told you to size me up. I told you you sizing me up. You like, I said, yeah, I ran the 40-yard dash. He's like, yeah, I seen it. He was like, I was waiting for it to be over with. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, I went and got a sandwich and came back, and it was still running. Okay, all right, man, all right. No, nah, no personal fouls, no personal fouls. He said, he's 12, and said he was 9.
He said he was 9.
Oh, okay. I said he was 9. He was like, what? Oh, okay. Man, I ain't mean to.
He taking you down.
I ain't mean to.
Oh my God.
I ain't mean to. Hey, man, he gonna lock me down, man. He gonna lock me down. I'll have to run pick plays. See if I can get open. Man, boy. I done talked myself into a corner. I'm gonna have to go out here and run these routes against this young man. You gonna lock me down, man. You gonna be putting a seatbelt on me. Padre says, Coach, about to steal on the 6th grader. Even Trick love the kids now. I love the kids too. I ain't do nothing. I was just talking like, hey, my name Big Low. You're like, hey, I know who you are. Like, okay. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know how we got here.
Yes, get back to the.
I don't know how we got here. So basically, Coach Roy told me to get back to the football talk. Basically, the question is that can our wide receivers beat the opposing team's DBs like I'm finna beat ATLGA Faithful Son whenever I run these routes? That's the question. At the end of the day, that's the question. That's the question. But yeah, it's a ATL. He said I told him he's gonna have to put on some pounds. Hey man, don't tell him to put on no pounds to catch up with me, because he's gonna be waiting a long time. Man. Oh boy, I tell y'all what, man, I appreciate y'all for coming on and chopping it up with us. Like I said, it's been a minute since we had a chance to come on here and have a good time. But look, I do need y'all to make sure that y'all hit that like button for us. You hit that like button for us, Coach Ronnie gonna sing at your wedding one day. And also, ATLGA Faithful, you hit that like button for me. I'll take it easy on little one. I won't beat them too bad. But also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. Also, hit that subscribe button if you have not hit that subscribe button yet. We're going into that time period between the regular season and preseason. Some cuts are going to be coming up pretty soon. Okay, wait, ATLGA Faithful says, so low, I'm trying to get everyone to meet up at the Platinum Falcon 30 minutes before kickoff, game 1. Okay. Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, just hit us up. But yeah, so, we got a few things that we need to work on. The offensive line, hopefully they could bring some talent in. I think in the linebackers, we might need some help with that linebacker core, and, there's a veteran wide receiver out there that could kind of help us take the next level. That'll also be pretty good as well. T Dirty's in here. He says, "What up, Bo? What in the world? Showing some love. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman mustache. Hey man, see that mustache, don't you? Definitely, man. See. The thing is that this is whenever I met ATLG at Faithful Son. That was before I got the mustache. So I don't know if he's going to try it, want to try it now, because things have changed. So I got the mustache. So we're going to see. But yeah, man. Yeah. Y'all make sure that y'all stay safe. Please don't do anything that I would do. And y'all take it easy, man. Y'all take it easy. Rise up, 8 times down.